Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday, April 26th, and it's 4:30 in the morning, and I'm up and I'm ready to do some art. I am. Let's get my live stream up here so let's come in. It's early in the morning. Let's go to live chat. And it's a Friday morning. Why don't you sleep in, Meri? Because I'm not tired. That's why I was tired yesterday. Not yesterday morning. Yesterday when we were supposed to be Zooming, when I was supposed to be Zooming. Well, that's the way it goes. There you go. Meri's getting organized here. We won't talk anymore about that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's open my journal. I actually made it to Beth Schuler's stream last night. It looks like my journal, I don't know what it is. When my streams, when I first come in, they're a little jumpy. I have no idea what's causing that. But I don't care. At least I'm not losing data connection. Look at what I did with Mitzi's page yesterday. I just love. Mitzi sent me some happy mail yesterday. So, but I also did, and I'm getting to it here, a Pick 10 page last night with Beth Schuler. And I love this eagle here. This was really a coverlet. And it's got the eagle here, but it's got the word Abrams here. I don't know why. If somebody ordered that coverlet and that was just in the magazine, the catalog, but it says Abrams. Well, that must be mine. And this is what I did last night. Now, I did film it, and it went live earlier this morning, but I filmed it in real time, so there you go. For those of you who like filming in real time, you got to pick 10 in real time. The reason I let it go in real time, even though it's slower, I don't go into the fast forward process. But the reason I let it do that is I don't have to download it and edit it and upload it again. And when I download it, YouTube only allows you to download from your own video manager at 720p, even though you may be recording in 1080p. And sometimes all I can get is 360p, which is a lower quality. So, and I don't know why, and I've asked several times. I'm not getting a response from the help team support. They may not know why. I mean, it may be some technical issue out there on the internet that, the servers, they could be saying, well, it's your internet connection. I don't know. But you should be able to see this video at 1080p if you are so interested. I had fun doing it. Hi, Lori Loves Montana. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I made it to the Zoom yesterday. I was a little bit late, but I actually did Bea Grob, taught this little mail art class. Now, you can put this on a card, probably on a card if you're going to be sending it in the mail. I couldn't see putting this on a postcard, but you could just, I'm going to put mine in my art journal. I like it right here in my art journal. So that's one thing I want to do this morning. Document our Zoom. And while we're talking about Zoom, Lori says, good morning. I want to go out here to my channel and to my description box. And if you scroll down, you'll see Zoom information. And you'll see a link to where you can go to sign up for the Zoom classes, but under that, you can also see a link to Jeri Bellini's website that shows our classes. So here it is. Well, Jeri's kind of introducing what Zoom is all about, but here's the schedule. Now, we started last October. Jeri presented an altered book tag class, and then I presented a little class in November about stuffies, where I actually made like a little card, and then I might do something like this, and I may have stuffed the skirt or stuffed the bodice or something like that. It was fun to do. And then Sue Hiles presented in September, and she presented again in March. But I'm getting to Bea's. Monica Moran presented some hand stitching techniques in January. February, we had Ann Williamson, and she did this mixed media piece that was just so fun to do. I mean, we were just gluing junk down, whatever we had around, and made a mixed media piece. This was hers here. But what I want to get to, so we've had quite a few really interesting projects going on, but Bea did this project with the little mail art dress form, and they're just so darling. My phone is catching up with itself here. Just let it sit for a minute. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool what she's done? But I lost it here. Let's go back to in May. In May, Ian Jackson, I'm getting down to it, is going to present some watercolor. We got his YouTube channel out there. This is going to be a 3-hour class, but it says, don't let this scare you off. Ian will be providing a template for the drawing portion of it, and it's Watercolor 101, a beginner's guide. Ian is an excellent watercolor artist, and the date is on Saturday, May 18th from 1 to 4. So, yeah, if you're interested in watercolor, or even just come and watch and see what he does, maybe you're a watercolor artist and, just listen to what Ian does. Maybe you can pick up a few tips. I think this is the project that he's going to present right here. You can go out. If you follow that link, you can see it. And then we actually have just about the entire year booked up with presenters, which I think is really, really good. And if you're interested in presenting, all it is really is doing a YouTube video, and you're just sharing with maybe, the people that come in, and we present on YouTube. If you do a channel, you present every day, and we would love to have more presenters, and this is good experience for you. This would actually be, if you're an art student or interested in arts, this might be something good to put on your resume. It's good experience. It's very good experience, and I just wanted to kind of touch on that because I had so much fun doing this dress form, and I got to the class late, and I still was able to finish my piece. I had to catch up to what they were doing, but we do not do hard, difficult things that you're going to have to, moan and groan over. It's really more about getting together and chatting with each other, and just a relaxed time of getting to know each other, having fun with it. But now I need to find a place to put it. How about, let's just put it right here for now. I'll put it on the other side of, let's just put it on that clip for right now. So, between that and doing my stream yesterday morning and going to the Zoom in the afternoon, and then attending Beth Schuler's Pick 10 in the evening, I think I was probably on YouTube a good 10 or 12 hours yesterday. Well, Zoom was not YouTube, but let's just say I did a lot of art yesterday. So what I want to talk about, though, this morning let's see who's in here. Let's go back to my live chat and see. We got 4 folks in here watching, or let's see, 5. And we got 5 people watching, and Lori's the only one who said good morning to me. So good morning to our lurkers. I understand you. It's 4:30 in the morning. I don't feel like talking to you, Meri. I'm half asleep. Hazelnut coffee. I was reading the paper yesterday, and we have this lady who writes a little craft article every now and then. And this is our local newspaper. It's fun to read a local newspaper and get all your news off the internet. It's actually fun to read a printed newspaper. But she writes a craft article. And this was different ways to process fibers and fabrics. But this was more about, she says, fabrics and fibers have different process treatments before they are put on the retail store shelf. Some of the process is done before the fiber is spun into fabric or yarn. Other times, the treatment is done during or even after the fiber is processed. So how does one know which fiber will work best for the finished craft project? And then I'm not going to read you the whole article, but she goes into the different ways that fibers and fabrics are processed, which I thought was really interesting. I'm going to put this in my journal too. I'm just going to slip it in here for now. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to start collecting things like that. And speaking of fibers and fabrics, I want to show this to you. I've been playing with Tunisian crochet in the 2,500 subscriber contest that Aunt Beck had. I won it. Scott picked my number, 59. I should put that number down. That's the winning number. But Aunt Beck set along 2 knitting needles and 2 crochet hooks. And one of the crochet hooks is a Tunisian crochet hook. So, and actually it looks like a knitting needle. It's a little bit, it's a smaller knitting needle. It's probably about a foot in length. Some knitting needles are a little longer, but it has this little cap at the end, so your stitches can't fall off. But at the other end, it has a crochet hook. There's no thumbnail in here. It's nice and smooth, so you can run your pieces up and down. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to crochet this, because that's not my purpose. I'm not a teacher. I'm a learner and a sharer. But what I want to do is, speaking of sharing, let me go out to my channel here and grab the instruction of video that I've been watching. And I just want to go out, and I'll have to go to my library here and grab that link. Oh, the Absolute Beginner's Guide to Crochet. Let me grab it. Copy link. And I'll put it into chat here. I had a comment. I think it was in one of my videos about what is Tunisian crochet. I know Violet and I were talking about it too. But let's go out to my live chat. Hi, Angela. Good morning. I'm just talking as if I were doing a standalone video. I appreciate you coming in and saying good morning to me. It's early in the morning. I'm going to paste this link to this channel. This is the one where I learned, and I got my sound off, so you aren't going to hear anything. I'm going through an ad there. But this is TL Yarn Crafts. And the reason I'm sharing this particular video with you is I think she does an excellent job of explaining. I think she calls this the simple Tunisian. There's a name for it. This is a very basic Tunisian crochet stitch. And I like to practice before I do. I'm not doing a project here. I'm loving to do little samples. And but I will tell you, if you are interested in doing Tunisian crochet, um, get a fairly thick hook compared to your yarn, and you want to crochet loose. This doesn't look loose, but this is a lot more loose than I normally crochet. And especially when you do your chain stitch here, crochet it loose and listen to what she tells you about flipping it and crocheting through the back hump. That if you get that part down, the rest is really easy. I'm going to do a row here. All this is you're not crocheting like the single crochet, double crochet. You are actually looping and pulling. That's what I call it. Now I'm going to pull. This is actually the second step of the roll that you're doing. I've made all these loops on my hook, and now I'm going to yarn over and have one loop, and then that kind of gives you your first stitch in there. And then I'm going to yarn over again and go through 2. And all you do is keep going through 2. And I like to kind of pinch my stitches. That's kind of, it's kind of awkward in a way, but I find that if I just try to go like this, I have a harder time getting through this yarn that's not spun tight. And while I'm doing this, let me zoom in a little so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit. And I am, it's been a while since I've crocheted, so I am, well, come on. Get my, so I'm just making samples here. Let's see, I need to be down in here, which is good. But I find it's easier if I just kind of grab onto those. And a crochet teacher may say, don't do that. But I do it. I do it by habit. I do it because it works for me. I've tried it just pulling it through this way, but I always have trouble with this yarn that's not spun tight. I don't get all the threads on my hook. The other thing I would tell you to do is make sure you have enough yarn pulled off, or you're going to be yanking and pulling at it. And of course, I've got it pulled from both directions here. I don't want that. I'm not sure what's going on there. But if you have enough yarn pulled off of your skein, then you don't have to pull at the skein. Let's get it straightened out again. But all I'm doing is I'm yarning over and pulling through 2. Now, if you're a experienced crocheter, you're going to understand this quickly. If you've never done if you're experienced crocheting at, what am I doing? I'm talking here and the other thing I like about this is I can pull this out fairly easy. This needs to be on my, what happened here? I went back to my, what happened here? Yeah, skip the ad. I went back to her example. Let's go back to my channel. Go back to my live videos. There I am. Angela said, good morning to Lori. The other thing I like about this is that it is fairly easy to correct a mistake. And I've got a mistake here that I'm trying to correct. Just pull the stitch out till you get to a good spot here. And I think I want this one on there and pull through these 2. I hope that's right. Just pull through 2. Continue pulling through 2 till you get to the end. I always goof up when I'm doing something live. Pull through 2, pull through 2. And I've got 13 stitches on here. And I always count, especially when I'm doing something small like this, I always count to see that I have 13 again. And I'll do that when I do this. But the loop part of it is, this is your first stitch, and then you just go through these little vertical bars. And again, I would advise you to go out, and if you're interested in learning this, I would advise you to go out and listen closely to, I think that she explains this stitch very, very clearly. I was able to follow it clear. You know, some crocheters and teachers are so experienced that they zip through things so fast that, you know, they don't quite understand that when you're a beginner, you need time to process that information. I might have made a mistake right in there. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I guess it's going to work in pretty good. But all I'm doing is pulling my yarn through that little vertical stitch, and I'm making another loop, another row of loops on my crochet hook. It's very easy. When you're knitting, it's a little bit harder for me. Now, I'm a beginner. I'm a beginner knitter. And well, I make mistakes. But I find that it's a little bit harder for me to correct a mistake when I'm knitting than when I'm doing something like this. I find it's pretty easy for me to pull these stitches out and find my way again and make it look decent. The other thing is that they'll tell you when you listen to all these beginning Tunisian crochet videos that Tunisian crochet has a tendency to roll up. But if you crochet loose, use a fairly large needle compared to your yarn. This isn't a huge needle, but it's not a tiny needle either. It's a number, I can't read it. Number L. I don't know how these are numbered. I can't read it on there. But it's large enough to accommodate my yarn. But they'll tell you too to use a fairly large needle with your Tunisian crochet. And I'm pretty happy with how I did. I had to practice my chain stitch a couple times and practice going through that hump stitch. And I think this lady that I just dropped the link to explains it very well, and she shows it very well. I watched a couple other videos and I'm going, huh? So, but all this is just, it's just looping. It's really just looping and pulling your yarn through the loops. I do think that this uses a little bit more yarn than a regular crochet. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I'm using more yarn than usual. Let's see. And then you want to be sure that you pick up the last stitch. Don't leave it hanging out there. So let's see if I got 13 on here or if I added or subtracted. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. And then the other thing I found as I practiced it, and I think I'm pretty clean now, is I was having trouble getting my rows clean, just like in knitting, and you can't drop a stitch here, you can't slip a stitch. So I found that if I pulled my end stitch just a little bit tighter, I think I was leaving my end stitches pretty loose. And so I tend to pull my end stitch just a little tighter, and it makes a prettier end. For those of you that are interested in Tunisian crochet, I'm just having fun doing this. And then when you start back through the loops, remember you got to yarn over once and pull through one loop, and that forms your kind of your first stitch there, and then you yarn over and pull through 2. And then you just continue back through your row, pulling through 2. And I kind of give that yarn as I'm pulling it through a little tug because you want it to pull through your piece nicely. So I've been having fun doing Tunisian crochet, just practicing. I want to put all my crochet pieces in and my knitting practices in my art journals. I've got this extra piece here that's hanging out on me. It's getting twisted up. And that's the other thing. If you find your yarn getting twisted up, stop and straighten it out so that you can continue without this kind of a mess. This really isn't too bad. Don't pull it tight. Just straighten it out. Obviously, this is looped through and under a couple times. I would really actually prefer to see, I'm pulling from the center instead of the side. I really prefer to wind my yarn into a ball before I start because I'm pulling from the center and this is coming off of the side. I like it in a ball. We'll put it over there so I can continue with my row here. And see, I pulled my needle out there. So I want to fix this. And all I have to do is put my needle back in through these loops before I get too far with it. I find that with this stitch, maybe in olive crochet, it's a little bit easier, I think, to fix your stitches, or if you slip, or, I had to stop and fix my yarn. It's a little bit easier to fix your piece and get started again, I think. And, but then I'm a beginner knitter. If I've crocheted for a long, long, long time in my life. I haven't crocheted for a while, so I'm just picking it up again. Aunt Beck kind of got me interested. I pulled out an Afghan that I started a couple years ago, and I looked at it and I thought I should finish it. It's one that you just keep going on it. It's not one that's pieced together. I should get it out and work on it, but it's getting to be summer and it gets hot working with this. So this is all I'm going to do to the end here. Then I'll put it away and do some art. And then you just pull it off, and then I pull this stitch. I give it a good long pull here when I take my needle off of it, so that I have so it doesn't pull out. Give it a good long loop here. So there it is. I'm pretty proud of it. And see, I've got a lot of space in here on my last row, but as you come in and do the next row, it's kind of like a weaver's thing. It'll push down on itself. It'll block itself out. I really do like Tunisian crochet. It's a very pretty stitch. Now this is the simple stitch. There are variations of it that I really do want to learn, but as I go, I will learn as I go. So there we are. There we are. That's my crochet practice for today. I need to finish wrapping this yarn around here. Let's pull this out. I should just pull this through and make a ball out of it. Make a ball from here, but I haven't had the time. I'm going to plant flowers today. I went to the garden center the other day and got flowers, and I got to get them in the ground. I was watching Jeri Bellini at Recycle Parts for Art, her vlog that she posted, I think, yesterday morning, and she was showing these little paper, and I'm thinking she's planting her seedlings in them. I'm going to have to, she didn't say exactly what they were for. She was folding them out of newspapers, I think. But I thought, well, that would be cool. Then you can just tuck them in the ground. So I might do that. So there we go. That's my crochet review for my crochet progress review. So what else am I going to do today? Well, Mitzi sent this picture in her. Let's get my camera. I probably was all out of frame there and chattering away, not paying attention to where you guys were at all. Let's see. I like to be right in here, so let me fix my camera and then I'll look at chat. I need to move it this way a little. No, yes, yes. Maybe down a little. There. Alrighty, there we go. So I'm going to sketch this beautiful lady today. I think she's beautiful. So I don't know where Mitzi got this, but she's going to go in my art journal. Let's see what's going on with chat. Hi, Christy. Oh, I got happy mail. Christy, I got happy mail. Oh, thank you for coming in. I forgot. This is from Christy. This is from Becky. And this is from Sharon. And I can't show all of Sharon's because my address is on the front and hers is on the back. But let's go ahead and open Christy's since she's in here. Let's look at chat. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Roesta. Good morning, Christy. Hi, Kendra. Good morning, ladies. Angela. Lori loves Montana. Good morning, ladies. Thanks for dropping in on an early Friday morning. What you doing streaming at 4:30 on a Friday morning, Meri? Let's open Christy's envelope. All right. This is a surprise because I wasn't expecting anything from Christy. Let's see. Off camera. Oh, there's something else in here. Ooh, some bits and pieces. What did I drop? Did I drop something? Looks like a little piece of gold here. And a little, looks like a little flower. I think that's it. Is there anything else in there? There's some more in here. Little fun art that I can put on in my art journal. Yay, Christy. Thank you. Let's look at this, but I want to take this marker and mark out the addresses. Off camera here, so I don't share private information. There, now I can show you the front of the envelope. I should have done this, but I didn't get much done yesterday. All right, let's see what she sent. Ooh, bling and a cross. Thank you, Christy. And a little napkin piece border and and I'm thinking ATCs. Some little flowers stuck in there. Ooh, this is pretty. Oh, you know, these would go good on those little dolls, wouldn't they? Those little dolls that we're making with Aunt Beck. Ooh, cool. Yeah, saving that out. Some ribbon, some heart ribbon. There's a little doll right there that says, be your own kind of wonderful. Oh, this is nice, Christy. Thank you. Music. And these look like ATCs here. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That's Psalm 61, verse 2. And then there's some music here on the back. And here's another ATC. I guess maybe I better send her an ATC out of some of those that I'm making, huh? I'm not making it. Maybe I'll send you a postcard instead of an ATC. I really haven't been swapping because it's a commitment issue for me. I'm having trouble commit. But since you sent this to me, Christy, I'll send you a postcard. Look at this doily. Isn't that pretty? Oh, look at this fabric. Oh, this is wonderful fabric. Where did you get this? It's a Times magazine. Bloomin, Bloomin, Wednesday, August the 28th, Johnson City, Tennessee, volume 2, number something, 28 or something. Endless Blooms. I think it's Bloomin' Times there. Let's see what she says to me. Dear Meri, thank you so very much for the happy mail. You brighten my day. I must have sent her another thank you card, and she's responding to my thank you card, but now I have to send her a postcard. So let's do a Christy page in my journal. We'll put this aside. I think these little lace pieces, though, I'm going to put on some of those little dolls, Aunt Beck's little pocket pal dolls. So let's put this aside, and we're going to do a pocket page with Christy here. But I've got more happy mail to open. What did I do with it? Here it is. Let me scribble out the address. As you can tell, I'm really prepared this morning. I was busy yesterday. I got Aunt Beck's address, and I know mine, so I can scribble these out. There we go. Aunt Beck put a bee. Meri, this is how a bee really looks. I painted all my bees out on my Dirty Dozen yesterday morning. Let's see what Aunt Beck sent. I send them cards to thank them for their happy mail, so they send me more happy mail. This is cool. Let's see what she sent. I do like it, Christy. Hi, Mina. Good morning, Mina. Look, she sent me a bee card. Meri, this is what a bee looks like. Oh, I love it, Aunt Beck. It's beautiful. She put, it looks like a Wink of Stella or some sort of a glitter pin on the wings. Spring is a lovely reminder of how beautiful change can be. Oh, wow. And she did, I'm sure this is one of her cards that she made from Dirty Dozen. She does a beautiful job. Hi, Meri. I wanted you to have one of these spring theme cards. And from my scraps, I was able to make an ATC coin for each of us. Aunt Beck, how sweet of you to do this. Be the change you want to see in the world. Oh, wow. So that'll go in my art journal. I have another one. I got 3 letters. This one's from Sharon Lombard. And I think I sent Sharon a thank you card for the art that she sent me. And so she sent me another. She says random act of kindness on here. So there's Sharon's. Let's open it up and see how random act of kind she's being today. She did a wonderful sketch of my lead pencil criminal. Even sent me a lead pencil to go with it. I love you, Sharon. Thank you. Look what she's done here. Looks like, oh, an ATC. Butterfly kisses. Oh, I love it. And it looks like a napkin. Oh, butterflies. Oh, wow. Oh, you know what I want to do? I absolutely want to separate this and put it in on my journal page. Let's start with that. I'm going to do some art journaling here right now this morning. Thank you, Sharon. Hi, Anne. Good morning. Jacqueline. Good morning, Jacqueline. Welcome to everyone who's come in. I hope I haven't missed anybody. Hi, Teresa and Roesta. And Christy and Kendra and Lori Loves Montana. And Azure. I missed Azure. Hi, Azure. Good morning, lady. And Angela. Angela was my, no, it was Lori, I think, was my first Lori. And then Angela popped in. Let's take the back off of this napkin. Well, how does that go? It's seamed at the edges here. That's interesting. I've never had one do that to me. Did it pull? Yeah, I guess it did. Oh, let's save my lace. I don't know what happened to your other piece of lace, Christy. There's one. What happened to it? Well, I'll find it. Can't have gone far. I think this has another backing on it. And if you moisten your index finger and your thumb, sometimes you can do what you do with your lips and pull these apart rather than put it in your mouth. Just moisten your index finger and your thumb and then open them, clamp them down on your napkin and open them. And sometimes that works for me. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I've never had this tear at the seam for me. They sealed this one good. Well, we'll just take this part off and come at it from the other direction. Oh, it's coming this way. I'm going to collage this in because I love it. And this is going to be another Sharon page. I'm filling up my journal with Happy Mail this month. Because I got a late start on my April journal. I seem to have seamed this down the side here for some reason or another. All right, let's put these aside. I'll fold those up later. Let's get my journal out. They're saying good morning to everybody. Let's do a Sharon butterfly page. Ooh, I'm going to have a lot left over. Let's find a page to put. Let's see. Sharon, I think her lead pencil criminal is in another journal, in my February or March journal. So let's find a good page to put this on. This is Barb, and this is that parchment paper. I don't want to put it on my parchment paper. I think I'll put it right in here. It'll kind of go with this bag. I don't think I can get the label. That's printed on there. That barcode is printed. I'll have to put a picture or something over there. I think... if I collage it here, so I want to tear it right about. Yeah, let me get a hold of it. Right about there. So I'm going to fold it. And shall I zoom out one again? Yeah. It's not going up anymore. I need to go over. I have to learn this camera, how to operate it better. Yeah. Maybe I should be zoomed. Yeah. Down one more. Now up one. It's not going up one. It'll go that way, but it won't go up any more than that. I'm at the last notch there. Okay, fold this. And I tore it right in here. So fold it again. And let's fold it one more time. And I want to tear it right here where I did my start. I'm just going to tear it right there. Oops. It likes to tear on that. It's got its own mind. So that should go this way. I like to have it the raggedy end on the edge. And then this can come up a little, maybe right under that blue butterfly. Fold it and fold it. And let's try it here. Under the, oops, I folded him inside. So right about in there. This way I don't have to cut clear across the page. And I kind of like the torn edges. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this out. I'll paint that out. I'll probably have to paint clear across there. And put this over here. And where's that bottom piece? Right here. I'll be using this. Let's just paint it with, let's paint it with this yellow. Mary's playing in her art journal this morning when she should be doing her May cover. I tend to plug up that needle. What am I? Where are you, Penelope? I don't know. These are awfully... Can I get my needle in there? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, put the cap back on it. And get my brush, a little crafty brush. Mary's just playing this morning. Mary's playing. Ooh, that yellow paint. I watered that yellow paint down. I forgot. And let's see if I can get some white on there to make it opaque. My fine line paint applicator is about empty. I grabbed the white, this rather than just ignore me. I'm playing. I'm playing. I've got to refill that white one. Well, I'm trying to cover up that barcode. That white's pretty transparent too. There we go. Boy, that barcode is really peeking through. Have to give it another coat. I will. It's a peeking through. Now, I did not water down the white, but I watered down the yellow paint. I guess I'll have to get out my white. I didn't want to. Yeah, I'll put some white paint on it. Yeah, that's an awful lot of paint. That's an awful lot, Meri. That should cover it. That should do the job. We'll just let it dry while I'm working on the other side. And of course, I've got a loaded brush. Oh, Meri, Meri, Meri. I happen to have my dictionary at hand. I'll smear it in here. Meri's just talking to herself, painting away, having a good old time this morning. Throw that dictionary over here. All right. I want to collage Sharon's page in here. Where's that black page? What did I do with that? Put this behind it. Okay. Get out my near empty glue pot. I need to refill that. I should roll up my sleeves a little here. These tops I get at the thrift store. Actually, it's a thrift store that's run by a church, so they I think they have a cleaner environment. I don't mind wearing their clothes. The clothes that they put out are always nicer clothes. I mean, they don't put out things that have holes and that. And I bring them home and I wear them. I wear them here in the art room because I get them messy. I'll wear my good clothes in the art room. And sometimes even when I get these messy, I feel bad. Let's put this napkin down. Meri's just talking to herself. She's just chattering away. I don't have enough room on my desk. Got my coffee up here. Yeah. Yeah. You send me Happy Mail, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it, or I'll use most of it. I don't get everything used. But this will go nice in this journal. Yeah. I don't have it glued all the way in there. Alrighty. Well, it's a little crooked. It's a little crooked. I don't know if I can lift that up. I've already put it down. Yeah, I guess I can. No, I can't. I'm messing it up. We'll just have a little crooked in there. It's not too bad. I got my coffee in the way. Where can I put my coffee? Hazelnut. I got to get my glue pot up here closer to my butterflies. I got butterflies and bees in the mail today. And lace. Yep, I'm collaging it down. Now I do have this on a thinner piece of paper, so it's may be that why it's kind of looks warped there, but it'll dry nice. Oh dear. It's a pretty napkin. Let's give it a... Hi, Marianne. Good morning. Oh, Christy had to leave. Is she heading out to work? Marianne came in. Mina says it's 2:57 there. She's about to fall asleep again, but she wanted to say hi to everyone. Well, Mina, you just go right off to sleep again. Thank you for popping in and saying hi. Jacqueline said good morning. Anne said good morning. Christy said, glad you like them. Love you lots and thank you for all the inspiration. All righty. Let's get this dried. Maybe dry this paint a little. I put my hand in it a little bit ago. This is from Sharon Lombard. This is Happy Mail from Sharon. Happy Mail. She said it was a random act of kindness. So those pieces that I repainted yesterday, those 30 dozen pieces, well, I actually finished up the one we did Wednesday night, but the B one, I'm going to make postcards, I think. Postcards are a little bit cheaper to send, and I think I'm going to spray some of those alcohol inks. I don't think they'll soak through too bad because I've got so much acrylic paint on the other side. And I can cut them into postcards pretty easy. Yeah, this is the thing about doing this in real time. You can't really fast forward. You cannot fast forward the heat gun when you're doing real time. You got to get it dry. Dry it from the underside a little here. Anne said, have a great Friday, Christy. And I am just so in love with my laptop. that we still buffer, but I don't think that's the fault of the laptop. That's an internet issue or YouTube issue, but boy, it's so nice not to lose the data connection. So nice to have a webcam and a laptop to do my streams, and that's what I use this for. I don't do anything else on this laptop. I just use it because it's all set up. All I have to do is, I unplug the Ethernet cord when I'm finished, but all I have to do is plug it back in and I'm ready to go again. Wow, look at that. I am loving this. I am loving it. You leave for a work in about an hour. Okie dokie. Those kids are lucky to have you, Anne. That's all I can say. I hope that they know a good teacher when they see one. Let's see, do I want to go from this side over to here, I think. Right in the middle of that butterfly. Tear this off. I don't know why. It seems this napkin seems to have a mind of its own. It does. Now I lost the middle of the butterfly. Let's see. Was I going on this side? How was I doing that? Well, we'll do the end of them over here. I don't know how I was doing that. Probably had them inside out. Right about in here, I think. This way. This way. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's collage it down. I think I need to go over this a little. And I didn't put my paper behind. Let me reach my paper. Yeah, I enjoy doing art in the morning. I seem to get a lot done. I forgot that I had Happy Mail to open this morning. Now I'm making Happy Mail pages in my art journal. I need to finish straightening up my studio, my room that I'm calling my studio. Oops. I got a tub, a plastic tub to put all my totally junk journal pieces in. They're over here across the way, and they are starting to get a little messy. So I want to put them in a tub so I can just reach in there when we do a page. Dry this part off. Loving it. Now I have her envelope. I think what I want to do is leave the postage stamp because she's got pretty on the back. I could make a let's open it up. That's the answer. Let's open it up. That's the answer to that. Do I want to separate this or put it sideways and attach that, put that there, that here. I think I'll just glue this down like this and put the ATC. How do I want to do this? No, because she's got a little bunny rabbit there. Let's take this apart. Meri's deciding how she wants to do this. I think I want to put this here and this here, and then this will hold other Happy Mail. And then I'm just going to clip I'll clip the ATC on there. I might put Becky's in there too. Let's see what Becky has, because Becky's will go good because it's the same color. And Becky didn't do Becky's, I could just make a pocket. I'm going to leave her coin in I like to put, I think Becky's there and Sharon's over here. But I have to decide how I want to do Sharon's. I think I'll make a double pocket like that. And then, where's her? I can put her ATC to clip it there. And then if I want to put tags or something in there, I can. Becky's, Becky's, I'm thinking about just making a pocket. Leave the envelope open like this. And just put the card in like this. Well, like that. And then I'll clip her. Yep, that's what I'll do. Oh, Mary's just thinking to herself. Hi, Mitzi. Good morning. I am enjoying that laptop. I'll tell you, that was such a blessing. A total blessing, Anne. And you don't know how much it's appreciated. Well, I guess you do, but it is just very much appreciated. And you guys, my sound went nuts on me yesterday morning, and I had to end my stream. So if my sound starts going nuts again this morning, starts vibrating, like it sounds like I'm talking through a fan or something, yell at me, keep yelling at me until you get my attention, because I'll have to stop my stream. Good morning, Mark. Are you still at work, Mark? Just getting off? I got happy mail that I'm putting in my art journal, Mark. That's what I'm doing. I started off talking about my Tunisian crochet, and I was in Beth Schuler's stream last night. I did a pick 10. I showed that. I got so much I need to get done. I could stream every day for 8 hours a day and still not be done with all the art that I have going on here in this world. All that I want to do. All that I want to do. Yeah, Becky's, yours is going right in here. Right in here. I think I'll just put it in an angle. I want it to show. I'll just angle it. And then I'm going to clip. I got bobby pins the other day, and they're in the bathroom. I took them in the bathroom. What did I do with those? Here, we'll use some of these paper clips. I should, for Becky's, I should try. She told me how she put the paper clip on last night. Let's do a little paper clip doll. Let's do this one. Let's do a little paper clip dolls on these. I have to make more dolls. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that. Except I'll need scrap paper. I think I'll just color it. Becky used scrap paper the same color as the hair. Why they really tape this shut? Securely, securely. There we go. Oh, these are more butterfly. I thought these looked like these. These are more of the jumbo trombone ones. Oh dear. Can I put her on a trombone? I guess I can down here. I wonder if a piece of washi tape would hold that in. Let's try that. Oh, I've got 10 zillion things out. Let's try some of this washi tape on it, which means I want some glue. Becky used the same color as the hair and the blouse, but I'm not going to have that luxury this morning because I'm doing this after the fact. So I'm going to thread my washi tape through this. I thought these were jumbo paper clips. These are some more of these butterfly ones, trombone ones. I'm going to put it right down here, I think. she'll have a washi tape on her back. Except, yeah, there. I don't know if that's going to hold. It doesn't feel very secure at all. This is a bigger clip. I might have to put another piece of tape in there. Yeah. Ask Meri if she knows what she's doing. It's wobbling all around in there. I don't think this is going to work on these big clips. Can't get it through the... Where's my... crochet hook. But I want to put the little doll on there. Maybe if I just leave it alone and let it dry. Let's put it on the book page and see how it works. I think it'll work good enough if I just leave it alone, let it dry. It's on there. Let's just leave her alone for a while. I'm pulling at it. Let's just leave it alone. They cheated me. I thought I was getting big paper clips like that. I'm getting, well, not cheated. They fooled me. It's a better word, which probably wasn't hard to do. This is not the same as the picture on the front. They should have taken one of these and glued it to the front. How are you going to go in there, lady? Are you going to stay? Let's see if she stays. Let's leave her alone. Let her dry. She might stay if I quit pulling at it. Let's go work on this one. And I think I'm going to make a double envelope, a double pocket out of this. Maybe I could do it this way. Tape it here and here and there and there and make a double pocket. That's what I'm going to do. Let's look at chat. Marianne said, hi, Mitzi. Mitzi says, good morning to Jacqueline. Christy said, thank you. Have a great Friday, too. Azure said, good morning to Mark. She called him Mr. Taters. Mark's at work for probably another 40 minutes, 35 minutes now. No work till Sunday. Well, that's cool. You get the weekend or a little bit of the weekend off, don't you? All right. That's cool. I can't tell you how tempted I am to go back shopping today, but I'm going to stay home and plant flowers. I didn't get everything I wanted Friday. I wanted some hollyhock seed. I missed them completely. I wanted a couple other items that I didn't get, and I left my creamer out in the car, and it's still out in the car. That creamer's not going to be any good. I haven't gone out because I've been playing with art all day yesterday. Pull that there. Fold this back. There. Somehow Meri just seems to play with her art streams here. Her art seems to be, I didn't get enough in school, or I got too much, one or the other. I can't quit. I'm having too much fun. Yeah. I wish they'd give me a 1/16th of an inch pull tab right along the edge of their release paper. It'd be so much easier. Burnish it, Meri, burnish it. I do burnish it. All right. So this is going to go down first, and then this is going to overlap it. So I think I'll put it, oh, I could put it this way though too, couldn't I? I like that. Let's put it right in here. Right there. Right there, right there, and right there. And then this is going to come here. And that way I get both pictures and I get all of our names. Okay. Maybe put a little tab of glue here. Meri's just having fun with doing her Happy Mail here. I wanted to work on my May cover. I might have to save that for later. I got to get it done next week. It's the 4th week in April. I want my journal ready to go, and I decided I'm going to split my April acrylic into 2 months instead of trying to get everything done in April. And I have day 11. So I have 5 days to get, I have to go to day 15 to get, I have 5 days to get 4 paintings done. I should be able to do that. And then I'll put the other half of them in May. I'm not going to stress out over getting them done. There we go. Now I got 2 pockets here. It'll take a little time to stick down in here. And I don't know, is this going to stick on me? Yeah, I guess so. It's pretty good. I just have to let it dry good. If I don't take it off and on and off and on and off and on. Put it back on here. Like that. And then put that underneath. Oops, like this. It's so cute. She actually needs to come up a little further. There. There you go. So can I do the same thing here? I really like that they put them in these little plastic baggies. Let's try to put a paper clip on the back of this one. I don't know, this one may not hold it as well. Let's have to put it. Let's try it anyway. I'm going to get me some big jumbo ones. That's the other thing I need to get at the store. Maybe I'll go shopping tomorrow. Her hand is made out of copy paper. So I'll put the glue down first. And thread a couple of these through here before I tape it down. It's being stubborn. Yeah. Where are my scissors? I'll cut it off here. Can I get another one in there? Should have put them together first. I'm still learning how I want to do this. Let's put that right down here. Kind of covers up her back a little, but it's so cute. I need some transparent tape. Probably some good old Gorilla tape would do a good job on it. But we'll be happy with this. And I think this will stick if I just put it on there and leave it alone. I think by pulling at it while it's still wet is what makes it jiggle around. So let's put her on here. And find a good place to put it. Did I pull it off? I pulled it off. Yeah, see, I'm trying to do it while it's still wet. I'm trying to do things while it's still wet. I should know better. I should know better. Just let it dry, Meri. Set it aside and let it dry. You can always come back. All right. Quit yelling at me, Meri. Oh, dear. My scissors. I got a little tape showing here. So we'll use this one to clip it down, and we'll let this one dry. Really, I should put this here, I think. We're going to let this one dry. I'm going to tuck her in here like this and just let her dry. All right. Will she hold? She might just have to go back in here. Okay, I think this one's going to hold. Let's see, what else did I have here? I'm doing all morning on Happy Mail. Will you work on your May cover tonight? Yeah, I might work on it a little. I may not finish it all because I want to do some other things tonight. I want to do the doodle game. I have the Miss Meri mysteries. Barb's taking care of Bandit for 2 weeks. She's ready to pass him on. Actually, she said Bandit's been a good kitty. Bandit is our little storybook kitty. Yeah. Got to clean this glue pot jar. All right. So let's see. Christy sent some mail here. So I'm going to make a pocket out of her envelope. And I've already taken the name off, but let's see. I think what I'll do is tear this flap and I'll use it as a bookmark or something. Let's just tear it here. And tape. I might have to cut this part. There. Okay. And then this, I like to put the envelope part on the outside. And then I've got a note. There's that other piece of lace. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to make some more dolls. These will make good ATCs. She sent me a couple of ATCs that, some little flowers that can be clipped on the outside of the envelope here. Like this. Kind of covers it up. Let's go this way. There. We'll put that down there. This will go inside of the envelope. These I'm going to make ATCs with this, but not today. I'm just making the pocket today. I would really like to have a background here. I'm thinking that I'll put some of this yellow on there. I'm in love with my yellow this month. And it's yucky. Yucky. I'll have to work on my cover for sure this weekend. If I don't, I might work on it a little. I was drawing it yesterday, and I stopped to make those little dolls. What did I do with my brush? Oh, there it is. Ew, it's got glue on it. Let's wash it out. A little glue in the paint won't hurt, but let's paint the background here. Put my page there. Just give it a little color. The envelope will go down here, so it won't matter so much. Yeah. I'm just playing. Let's try it out. I've got a lot to work on. I've got all the pages organized. I'm going to put the last half of my canvases in my May art journal. I should probably leave a section to insert. I want to do more urban sketching. I should probably leave a space to insert urban sketches. Let's see, today's Friday. I don't know if Dee Dee's going to stream today or not. She streams on Monday and Wednesdays and the occasional Friday. I might work on it a little this morning if Dee Dee doesn't come on. I got caught up in doing this happy mail. I got all sorts of happy mail. You, Mitzi, you sent me wonderful, wonderful happy mail yesterday. Those Posca pins. Oh my goodness. And I have some of your tape. I used some of your tape. I used some of your ticket tape last night on the Pick 10. I just used two of them. Two of them off of here. I want to draw your lady this morning, Mitzi. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I'm going to do after I get this done. So I probably won't get to the cover. I want to draw your beautiful lady that you sent. Let's hurry and get this done. I'll probably have to put glue on that. All these little tapey things drive me nutsy. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put glue on here. Let's pull the, if I can get the release paper off. Oh, I did like everything, Mitzi. I just so blown away by it. And that art you do nice art. I love your loaded envelope that you did. Oops. Wipe it off on this towel. Come on. That release paper off. There. We'll put these in here, and I want to use these on a, oops, this stuck down to the tape on this envelope. Now let's cut that off. Where's my scissors? She taped it down, so now it's sticking onto everything. Let's cut it off. There we go. Now come back and grab things out of here to make ATCs later. She sent me some nice tissues. Make nice backgrounds. And she sent me a note. And a fabric, beautiful fabric. I love this fabric. Some little flowers. Let's dot these flowers up here. Dot 2, 3, 4. I see. Might be another one. 5. I see 5 of them. 5. One. 2, 3, 4. This one's bent. Where did I put it? Up there. 5. There. Just tuck this in here until I can get to it. I hope that'll stay in there. I'm saving the little lace. She sent me some little lace pieces. I'm going to use them on some little dolls. Aunt Beck's little pocket dolls. Get that in there without... Come on. Just want you to stick out a little, and then let's put this in here. There we go. There we go. Nice and neat. Now, what I want to do is put some of this stuff away. Put my little crochet hook away. Put my scissors away. Grab some of this release papers that drive me nuts. The tape back in my box. Let's put this. Let's fold this. Let's put it behind here. If I don't clear my desk off somewhat, then it frustrates me. I've got to clear this off a little so I can work. I want to do that picture, and it's what? It's almost 6 o'clock. I've got plenty of time. I want to draw this picture. And let's see, what shall I draw it on? I've got that paper clip there. Let's go way back over this way. That's a picture that Mitzi sent me in Happy Mail. I can do it on this watercolor, but it's kind of short. That's for writing stories. It's a newspaper article. I think I pretty well have filled up this side. This is where I did that other lady. I could do her over on here. You know, that's... where am I going to put her? Mary's talking to herself. Should I draw her on craft paper? I'm afraid that it would be too dark. Surely I have something else in here I can draw her. That's my parchment paper. Yeah. Book list. I'm thinking to myself where I want to draw my lady. How about here on Bristol board? That's where she's going. Alrighty, what do I have here? Scrappies from last night. Lace scrappy from last night. Alrighty. Where's my black? What I did with my black tie. Well, I guess I won't be using it. Just draw it this way. That's not comfortable for me. All right. So what did I do with her? Oh dear, where did I leave my lady? What did I do with the lady? I'm not too organized this morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I had her here. All right, let's thumb through here. I don't know where I put her. She's in here someplace. I was going to sketch her. I showed it to you. Sometimes I leave it and then I flip the page and I lose her. This is the pick 10 I did last night at Beth Schuler's place, her stream. I really like how that turned out. Well, I'm just off to a great start this morning, let me tell you. I'm done with this. This can go back. You would think that it would be in here. That's the page I was working on. And then I started flipping. I'll put this back here. Did I drop it on the floor? I don't see it. I lost my lady. I lost my lady I was going to draw. Here's the pencils. She's very shy. You must be. I don't know what happened to her. How can I lose something like that in less than 2 feet of space? Less than 2 feet of space and she's gone. She's very shy. Honestly, she's gone. Where is she hiding? All right. We all know she's not there. She's not here. She's not here. I didn't tuck her in here. I know I didn't. I got my little gal there. I was looking for a page to put her on. I need to secure this one down a little better. Yeah. What happened to her? Oh. Well, you get a tour of my art journal. I thought she would be, you think she would be back where I was working. I can't find her. There she is. There she is. I found her. Yay. Now I want to work on that Bristol board, I think, which was right. I think I'm going to do it right here. Was that where I was going to do it? I think so. Yeah, I think this is where I was going to sketch her, but I need a clip. Look at this clip, bulldog clip here to hold it. There. All right. I need some coffee. I do have fun in the morning. This is where I'm writing the little bandit story out. I had a sip of coffee. I have these. I got them on sale, of course, at Hobby Lobby when they had their big sale. $16. I got them for $4. They're Derwent water-soluble sketching, and I think I've used these before. I don't use them much. So what shall I start with? The 4B or the 2B? Let's start with the 2B. Well, there's 4B, 8B, 6B, HB, 4B. One of these has to be a 2B. This must be the 2B. I think there's no 2B in here. There's a 4B. There's two 4Bs. I got two 4Bs and two HBs. Is that what they meant to send me? Two 4Bs and two HBs? 6 water-soluble sketching. 6 crayons. Ideal for creating expressive. They don't tell you. They just say there's 6 of them. So let's do a 4B, I guess. And I'm going to do it on Bristol board, which is a smooth paper, and it's coated a little, so I might have a little water running here, but we'll see. And she's got this big, beautiful hat. And her face, if you look at this picture, oh, let's zoom in a little for you. Oh, let's just hold it up. If you look at this picture, this hat takes up about half of the picture. Her face is just a teeny little face in there, and then maybe the lower fourth is her torso and bodice. But that hat really is what attracts you. So let's see if I can have some fun with this. Let's draw the hat, taking up about half of the picture, half of the paper, and I'm just guesstimating. I'm just sketching and having fun. And looking at this hat, it's kind of hard to see because of the light, but there's a band. There's a band that goes across that way, and I'm not sure what that is. It's a pretty one, though. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it in there. What? Is it interesting? That must hold the... There must be a piece underneath of here. It's a very interesting hat. It's got a lot of feathers. And get my paintbrush out of the way. It comes down around this way. Her head is actually right about in here. Right about in here. Yeah. And then she's got a neck this way. Can you guys see? I don't think you can see much until I get some tonal values in there. I want to leave it. I could zoom in one. Let's zoom in one. Meri's talking to herself. You guys get to listen in. Oh, dear me. Let's zoom in one. And over this way one. Yeah. Over this way a little more. Move all my things there. So I'm putting her head right in here, right in there. And it looks like her hair, because this is so dark, I can't tell what's going on in there. So I'm going to have to kind of imagine what's going on in there. And then her hat actually has kind of a ruffly in here. And it comes this way. And this is all feathers in here. In fact, I should probably move this down just a little. Like that. And her hat kind of comes down to where her eyes are, right in there. And then it slants down this way. No, it doesn't slant that way. Well, it goes out this way a little. It comes that way. And then she's got like a fur collar on. Ooh, she's a swanky lady. And her shoulder comes this way. And she's got a beautiful bodice that way. I can see just a teeny bit of her ear in here. And her neck coming this way. Now, what's going to be easy about this is there's a lot of shading in here. But what's not going to be easy is, you know, I had a kneaded eraser. And I have it. I think Annie V sent me one. And I have it in another box. I'm wanting to erase, but let's leave it that way. This line here kind of bothers me. That line right there. It looks like a ribbon holding her hat on or something, but it just looks so strange to me there. I'm going to curve it a little bit more just because I want to. Alrighty. So her hair is all shady in here. And her hat is all shady in here. And her hair actually comes that way and a little bit this way. She's got a little going on there. She's got this fur collar, but you don't see it over on this side of her neck. You only see that fur collar in here. And I'm kind of faking a fur there. And her hair kind of swoopy this way. Okay, let's shade this all in. Now I'm just getting a feel for this. I'm just kind of sketching her in right now. Just putting in some shading. I haven't touched her face yet. Her face is actually in shadow, but I don't know if I want to put it in that much shadow in reality. Let's give her an eyebrow. And that other eyebrow kind of comes here. Oh, I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. And her nose is all in shadow in here. Her face all is in shadow in here. And then her nose comes right about in there. Actually, I think I do better sketching with the pen than I do the pencils. I'm finding when I have a pencil in my hand and sketching, I want to reach for the eraser. When I have a pen in my hand, I know I can't erase. So there's no wanting to fix, you know? Here, I'm knowing I can fix, and so I'm wanting to reach for it. Her face is too fat in there. It needs to come in a little. We'll put some shading in there. I'll put some shading up in here, and I've got all these feathers going on up here. I mean, these feathers are really, they're pretty. I'm not sure I can get them all in pencil. Let's see what I can do here. And what I think I'll do, contrary to the picture, I think I'll make this darker in here to bring her face out. And make this darker in there. And her hat kind of comes down like that. And actually it kind of goes up like that. And then this is all that beautiful feathery billowing. Let's shade all this in. And let's shade this in up here. Now let's get out the water soluble and see what kind of a deal I have. What did I do with my brush? I moved it. I said, get it out of the way. It went out of the way all right. I'm just having a terrible time. There it is. Now, I did get clean water this morning. It might have a little glue in it, but let's see how the water soluble does in here. Ooh. Ooh, I'm wanting a bigger brush. Ooh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I might be able to play with those feathers with this. See, her dress actually, this is all fur here. Her dress actually comes down in here. Her dress actually, let's see if I can grab some of this. And her dress actually comes down this way. And this is all dark. And this is all dark in here. And this is all dark. And it gets a little bit lighter up here. This is Meri playing. This is Meri playing. And her hair is all dark. I'll go in with a darker tone here where her hair is actually all darker in there. And it looks like her bangs, oops, I didn't want to do that. Her bangs kind of come that way. And her neck has shadow in it. This part of her face is in shadow. Just playing. Just playing. Now let's dry this a little. It gets too wet and work. I'm almost tempted to go in with an ink pen, or even with that, how I painted with those marker alcohols. I'm tempted to do that. I like how I got the tonals in there though. I could see playing with these feathers up in here. I got an HB here. Maybe I'll see if I can. Yeah. I have to laugh at Anne. She said another mystery when I was looking for that picture. She goes, another mystery. I seem to get into that. Thank you, Mitzi. It's fun to play. Sometimes I get into my own little world here, and I forget you guys are watching me. I forget you guys are out there. I'm going to use the HB, which is a little bit harder lead, and I'm going to see if I can't play with these feathers in here and just kind of make some, I don't know, some feathers coming down in here. Actually, the hat, you can kind of see a shape of the hat in here. And then the feathers, they just kind of come around the edge of this hat. And I'm not sure how I'm representing that the best way. And then they're actually up in here too. So let's just put some feathery lines. I guess I'm kind of happy with that. Really, if you look at this picture, these feather lines are all over the place. That's what feathers do. Let's just kind of bring them down like this. But you can kind of see the shape of the hat in here. You can kind of see this, but there's some feathers coming down over it too. And then her face is all in shadow. And her hair, of course, is darker. I'm going to go in with a darker value in there. Let's go in and define her eyes a little bit more here. I'm almost afraid to touch her eyes. Just got an eyelid. Eyelid in there. This is a very the lead itself, the wood feels like a soft wood almost, and the lead it's not a thin lead, it's what I want to call a thick lead. It's like drawing with not a medium point, it's like drawing with a bowed point felt tip, only it's a lead. It's not a fine point, that's what I'm saying. She's got pretty heavy eyebrows. And then let's get out the 8B. Let's get out the 8B for the hair in here. And really, I got more of her ears showing here than what I should. There. And then really, you honestly can't see the division between her hat and her hair here. This is so much in dark. You can kind of see the definition of the hat in here. I'm kind of liking this. I'm kind of liking it. If I don't say so myself, I'm kind of happy with it. Really, the the contrast on this picture. The light is hitting the feathers here, and the light is hitting her face here and her neckline in there. So that's kind of what I want to do. I want to get the light hitting here. This part will be in dark. This part of her face is in kind of light, and this part of her neck has light in it. And there's kind of that feather. I don't want to wipe out my feathers going in here, but let's get this in here. Kind of fun to play with it. Kind of fun. You can hardly see the division between her hat and her hair here. In fact, this might be part of her hat for all I know. And then this is a fur in here. And her collar, she has kind of a ruffly collar on. So I'm going to make a kind of a line like this. Just kind of a squiggle line. And maybe a squiggly line coming this way. Kind of a, and she's got the beginning of some sort of a decorative, probably a lace going down this way. Let's put some more squiggles in here. She doesn't have any jewelry on. She doesn't have a necklace on, which I find interesting. She's got some sort of a, oh, this looks like her collar, her stole, her fur actually comes back just a little behind her, and then this is fur down here in the corner. So this is actually part of the fur down here. I'm not sure how I want to represent that. I kind of like that, and then kind of do the same thing over in here. It might get wiped out when I put water to it again. And then she's got a very definite neckline coming this way. And this is all part of her hair. Or whatever. In here. And more in here. This is all very dark. I'm just having fun. Let's see if I can't smooth this out a little bit more. And then this is, let's see, this is the HB. Let's kind of put a light in here. And some shadowing going on in here. Well, let's just give this one little corner some dark. That's my HB. Let's put some dark in here. So more of her face is in the shadow over in here. What's this? This is the HB. Getting my sleeve in the graphite there. Just give her lips a little bit more definition. And her nose a little bit more. She's really got a longer neck than I gave her here. Let's see if I can't work that out a little bit more. So it's the HB. All right, let's try some more. Notice how I just throw things down. I should put them back in here. Let's see, another pencil. Okay, I think I need to take care of that area right there, right here. And maybe her chin is not quite so fat. It went over the cliff. My paintbrush went over the cliff. I'll have to get another one. That's funny. It went right out of my hands. I was thinking about what I was doing and I was trying to wet the brush and it flew out of my hands. Now, this is actually darker in real life, but let's see in real life, in the picture. I need a larger, softer brush, and I have one. Let's see if I can find it. Now, what do I have here? I have flat brushes. I need some rounds. I need some rounds. I guess I'm going to have to get me some watercolor brushes. Oh. Here, I want something like that. Something like that. I guess I won't have to get watercolor brushes after all. Let's see if I, because my strokes are too small. I need bigger strokes. I probably wet this enough to drown a duck. Move that off of the this whole side of her face is in shadow. All right, let's see. We're representing the fur coat there. Sometimes it just helps to play. The feathers in here. I don't want to get too much dark in there. Put the dark up above. Her nose, her face has a bit more shadow than I have in here, but I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. Think I'm going to call it just about done. These pencils are fun to play with. Now, in those pencil sketches that I did in my other journals, like of Abraham Lincoln and Alexander Graham Bell's wife, after they dried, I did not find that graphite. I used water-soluble graphite, and I did not find it moving too much without a fixative. And I'm thinking, look, see, I messed up my story over here. With the water. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's what happens in an art journal. That's what happens in an art journal. I kind of like her. I kind of like her. Let's document it. Today is April the 26th. And this is sketched from a reference photo. Sent to me in Happy Mail From Mitzi. There we go. I'm happy. I'm going to leave her alone because if I, there comes a point to where you can actually overwork things. I don't think I've overthought her. I could go in and put in some more darks in here. This picture is really dark. It's got a lot more dark in here. There's a lot more darkness in there. It's a lot more dark in there, but I'm going to leave it alone. I'm happy with it just the way it is. I need another paper clip. I just have these. I'm going to buy me some big paper clips. I'll get a jumbo clip later. There we go. Yeah. What time is it? It's only 6:30. Thank you, Mitzi. Hi, 80 Doll. Hi, Mom Muncie. Nettie, thank you. Oh, thank you. Hi, Ruth. Good morning, Ruth. Now, see, I could sketch her again, and she'd look completely different. When I look at her here, I see her differently than when I turn around and look at her in my camera. In my camera, I actually see here, because I don't think you're seeing the shading that I see. There's a lot more shading in here. I should probably put more shading in there. I'm hesitant to put so much shading in there. And that will thin out her face. Her face looks, when I look at it in the camera, her face looks pretty fat. And that's because I don't have that. I don't have the shading in there like I should. This whole face is in shadow. This whole side of her face. And that will thin her face out a lot. And then the other thing I don't have, and I'm going to use my pen. The other thing I don't have is on here, she's got more of a definite eyebrow and eyelid. See, I'm not leaving her alone. I'm still working with her. So there's a lot more that I could do to her, but I got to stop or I'll mess her up more. But I do, when I look at her in my camera, I see her differently. I see her face as being a lot fatter in here than what I see in real life. And I think it's because the camera doesn't pick up all this shadow. I'm actually wanting to put more in there. And see, I'm seeing, when I look in the camera, I go right to that spot. And the picture itself is really dark in there, but I have it just dark there and lighter up here because I had the lead there, but when I added the water to it, the water moved my graphite around. I'm not quite happy with her. On the picture, her eyebrow arches a little bit more upward. See, this is something you can do if you're drawing after you're done. Now, see, I'm basically happy with this. If I would take this picture away and just look at her like this, I would be happy with her. And especially not so happy with her looking in my camera. I think the camera loses a little of the detail. I don't know. On my, here I'm trying to, I need to, my camera is looking down this way. And I'm wanting to look through it this way. But her face is really a lot skinnier. Oh, what I'm messing this up now. But this is something you can do after you draw a picture. Look at it and kind of critique yourself. Say, what don't you like about it and what do you like? I'm not at the point to where I want to touch it anymore. But if I could redraw it, I can see where her eyebrow, I've got her eyebrow coming down this way, whereas it kind of arches up and down. So I kind of missed her on her eyebrow. This one's okay. I think I would put in some more shading here and darken this area. Maybe some more shading in her neck area. I'm fairly happy with the shape of her face. And I like, if you could see, I'm not sure how much of it you guys can see, but when I took my brush, my big brush here this brush, when I did that on the fur coat here, I kind of took my brush and moved it like that. And that really kind of simulated the fur on here. And I'm not sure you guys can see that in the detail. I'm not sure what you can see because yeah, you can kind of see it. So I like how that represents the fur coat. And I tried to do it over here, but it's not doing it as much. Just kind of taking my brush and going like that to represent the fur. Like that. Well, not so good in there. But I'm happy with that area. I'm kind of happy with her collar in here. So there's kind of self-critiquing my own work. So there's ways I can improve. Now, I should draw her over 3 or 4 times, and I would probably come to a pretty good likeness. I'm not far off on this. There's just some things that I could add, but I don't want to overwork it. So we're going to put it there. I might sketch her again in this sketchbook. She's a fun sketch. She's a fun sketch. Let's get out my... It's only 6:45. I might go for another 45 minutes. I'm going to get out my May art journal. And let's kind of clear things off again. One of my paintbrushes fell over the cliff. I'll flush this one out. I got clean water at 3:30 this morning. And when I get clean water, I open the back door and throw the water out. I don't throw the water down the sink. I throw it out in the backyard. But it was dark out there. It was dark out there. I'm going, ooh, spooks. Close the door fast, Meri. I'll put my paintbrushes in here. Yeah, my palette knife. I get too many pins around here and it starts to frustrate me. Alrighty, I'll put them. Put them over there. Put my paint away. Throw that away. Put this big brush away. I'm going to play with this big brush some more. In June, not in May, but in June, May, my art journal theme is flowers. But in June, I'm going to have a watercolor theme. I'm going to do watercolor in June. It's going to be the theme of my June journal. I'm clearing off my desk so I can flip this board over. This board is my art journal, my cover. It just flipped upside down. And I got my poor hyacinths are going to die on me pretty soon. Just ignore me while I clean my desk. Let's get rid of this yucky towel. Squeaky chair. I apologize for my squeaky chair. All All right, we're ready to flip this over. Actually, it's on the back of this cardboard. Yeah. Like this. And I'll have to zoom out. And the palette knife. All right, now I need the wallpaper thing, and it's just right over here. I can see it from here. My squeaky chair driving me nuts. I'm going to a garage sale and get me a new chair once I find it. All righty. This is what I'm sketching on here. Sort of. Let me zoom out so you get a good view of it. Zoom out as much as I can. There. And I was actually sketching it, I think, with my Sharpie pen yesterday. Hi, Violet. Good morning. Oh, you know what? Before I do this, well, Violet, I can't do it this morning. I'd have to go back in the laundry room and get Violet shared with me an excellent way to get, and I'm going to say any more than that. Can you get all those little scrappies out of the, I want to try it, except I didn't bring any. I'd have to go back to the laundry room, Violet. I'll do it tonight. Hi, Darla. Good morning. Cheryl's in the house. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning, Cheryl. Violet's in the house. Violet, I showed the Tunisian crochet. We were talking. I was talking Tunisian crochet. I think it was with you last night, wasn't it, Violet? We were chatting about Tunisian crochet. I got my hook caught in here. This is my Tunisian crochet sample. I got my hook caught in my yarn. This is what I'm working on as a sample. And all Tunisian crochet is really, this is the cast on. All it is loops and pulls is what I call it. Loops and pulls. Loops and pulls. Let's block it out a little there. I've got 13 stitches there. And all you do, did I put a link? Let's go. Yeah, I did at the very beginning of the chat. I don't know if it's run off of it's growed off. At the very beginning of the chat, I posted a link to a beginning Tunisian crochet video where she explains really good about how to chain stitch. You know how to chain stitch, but when you flip it over to the back, and maybe you've done that before, you bring you don't crochet, you loop through what they call it the hump stitch on the back. You actually flip it, and instead of bringing your loop through the hole in the center, you bring it through the back. And that Tunisian crochet, the way I understand it from the videos that I'm watching, naturally wants to roll up. And by flipping and putting your loops through the hump stitch on the back, it helps it not want to roll up so much. And and you want to crochet pretty loose. The tighter that you crochet with Tunisian crochet, the more it's going to roll up on you. But I'm really happy with this. So this is my Tunisian crochet sample. So I'm just doing samples. I'm not doing a project. I'm just playing with it. I'll probably cut it off and put it in my art journal. I'm going to sketch here, though, this morning. I want to work on my journal cover. I wanted to show that to Violet because I think we were chatting about it yesterday. There are variations of stitches. Yes, there are variations. I'm only working on the simple one first. Hi, Meri. Yoakum. Good morning. You're just having your first cup of coffee. Well, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Tunisian crochet. There's a link after I sign off. If you look at the replay, if you look at the chat, I dropped a link to a video that I think is a very good tutorial. I liked it a lot. She explained it really well. All right, so I was right in here. Let's see. I think I sketched this one. That's that one. This is this one. This is this one here. So I'm ready to kind of put this this in. So I'm stitching this beautiful rose here, and roses are hard. Did I say sketching it? That's what I meant. Roses are hard for me. I don't do flowers well. I've seen people do beautiful flowers, and I think I get too worried about it making it look like I think it should look, and then I get all uptight about it. So I'm just going to put in some lines. And I forget where I am sometimes when I sketch all these intricate pieces in here. And there's a piece that comes over this way, a petal that comes in this way and goes this way. And let's in here. And then there's some little dots in here. I'm just kind of doing a line drawing. I should just start painting it, but let's just do this. Maybe I'll go in with some paints this morning just to get it started. Some whites and reds. Let's see, that was that. So this comes out here. And then there's another piece that comes out. It comes in this way, maybe. And I'm not sure where I'm going in there. There's a petal that comes out this way and this way. I just want to kind of get it blocked in. And then when I go in and paint it, I think it'll be easier for me to figure out what I want to do with it. Like that. We'll leave it like that. And then up over here, there's these two pretty flowers that I want to get in there. Kind of like this. And it has these little centers. Actually, they're smaller than what I have them. Let's make it a little smaller. And there's another one that kind of comes in this way. And I'm not going to get that one in there, but that's okay. We're right here. We're right in here. And I'm just kind of blocking it in. I guess is the word that I want to use. And there's some leaves. Let's kind of put in the leaf. It's kind of more rounded than what I have. And one coming over this way. And let's see, it comes in like this. There's a leaf that kind of curls this way, that way. And then behind this flower is a little pink flower. Kind of hiding behind it, and then there's a kind of a leaf that comes out that way and goes up that way. I think I'm going to concentrate on this flower today because it's going to take me some while to think about these. So I want to get some color on here. Well, it's not perfect. I think a lot of people, I know where I make a lot of mistakes, and it's so easy to say this is yucky and quit, or this isn't like how I expected it to be, or it's horrible and you quit. You just kind of have to say this is how my head saw it at the time, and go with it and keep going. That's the only way I can say it. Let's see. Let's get out the acrylics that Marianne sent me the other day and Annie B sent me. I have them over here. And I just want some pinks and whites. And I should have some reds and whites in here. And maybe a light green. Now we're going to go over this with that black. Remember that black silhouette. Only instead of straight lines, I'm going to make leafy lines. See, I've got a tub to put my pinks in. And I was it this one? No, that's red oxide. What did I do? It must be over in the other bin. I found this one at Hobby Lobby. It was on sale for $1.24. I was looking at the Liquitex Basics, and most of them were like $4 and $5, and I just wasn't ready to pay that yet. It said, I don't know if somebody must have opened it. It's reduced for $1.24, and it doesn't look bad, like bad paint. It looks okay. I might get a surprise when I squeak it out, but I'm going, why? I looked to see if there were any other on clearance, and I didn't see any other on clearance. Just this one. It is a bronze color. So let's see what I want to get. Maybe this touch of this, a touch of this red oxide, or a touch of this. I think this is a cadmium. What is this? This is a quinacridone crimson. I think the red oxide might be more of a brown brick red. I think when I tested it, I think I'm going to go more with the crimson red. And let's do that. That's titanium white. Let's do that other white that Marianne sent. That's ivory black. Transparent mixing white. Let's go with those two colors, and I'm going to have to get out the blues and the green. Let's get this. Let's do this Atelier ultramarine blue and white, or not. We need the yellow. I don't have a green. I need to get a green. Oh yeah, phthalo green. Here's blue shade. We'll use that, not the blue. We'll lighten that with a little bit of yellow. I'm going to make a light green background. Those are the colors I'm going to pull for this morning and see what I can do. Let's set this over here. Let's see what I can play with here with these colors, just to play. I need the art Sherpa this morning. I probably wouldn't listen to her. She'd say, Meri, listen to me. I'd go, go away. I want to do my thing. Put your hat on. I love the art Sherpa. She always wears those funny hats. She's got such a sense of humor. Let's see. I'm going to put this over here. Usually, in the end, it works out for me. I'm going to put my wallpaper up over that way so I can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I guess I'll actually get out a palette knife that I stuck in here to mix with. And let's play with the green first. Let's play with the green and the yellow and maybe a bit of white. Because this is a very light green, almost a gray green. We aren't going to need much of this dark phthalo green. We're going to need more white, maybe a touch of yellow. So let's see what I can get. Make sure I got wax paper on there. Let's give it a touch for now, just to mix. And let's get more white. And a touch of this yellow. This yellow is metallic lemon yellow. I'm going to add some metallic lemon yellow to it. I probably got some yellow in that. I probably should have pulled the, no, I got what I have. So we just want to do a touch in here. Ooh, that's probably even too much. But I got a lot of background. That's a lot of green, and that's just a touch of it. Let's put in a little bit of the yellow. Yeah. Let's get this away from it. And let's add a little bit more white to that. This is the color I'm going after. It's kind of a light. You're seeing it. You're seeing it in bad lighting. But I'm going after a very light green. I even have this too green. But that doesn't matter. I'm going to add just a little bit more white, though. I could add some of that other white, but we're going to go with this. There we go. Let's see what I can do here. Let's grab a brush. And my brushes are just crafty brushes. I don't have anything special. I'm not pretending to be a professional. So we're just going to brush in some colors in here. I should probably put this someplace where you can see it. I don't know where. Turn my wax paper like this. Put this here. Yeah, there, that's a little better. See, that's more of an olive. This is more of a gray olive green than what I have. I got a pretty spring green. I'm happy with my green. I'm happy with it. It'll change by the time I get done. It'll change by the time I get done. Let's put her down in here. Let's see, that's part of a leaf up in here. I probably should have gone more with the titanium white, but that's okay. I have what I have, and that's all that I have. I am who I am, and I am who I am, and that's all that I am. I think Popeye said that. Somebody in the cartoon world said it. There, I just kind of like that the way it is. I mixed too much paint. I'm gonna leave it. I'd like to tone it down just a little though with a gray. I didn't pull out any black. Don't need much. You don't need much. I got blue. I should have used that yellow. Of course, it's the last one I put my hands on. I just want to touch. Gonna put your dirty palette knife in there, Meri? I was thinking about it. You sure don't need much to tone that down. And yes, I'm just using a wax paper palette. I'm not a professional. I'm talking to myself. I can't see Chad. You're covered up with wallpaper. Yeah, I should have put a little bit more. Let's get some more out here. That's way too much. But we'll use that. Yeah, I'm playing. That's all, just playing. We're just going to do this area in here. Just play with it. It'll change 10 million times by the time I get done. It'll change 10 million times by the time I get finished with it. That's really all I wanted to do. Let's look at this again. This has green flowers. I could kind of put some in there and sketch over them. This has green leaves, I mean, in here. I don't want to waste this paint. We'll just kind of blotch in some green and sketch over it. As far as that goes, this has green leaves too. Up in there. It's got some white leaves in there. Okie dokie. I'm just going to leave it like that. Let's wash this all out. Let's go for the pinks and the reds. I think I'll get out that titanium white. Just because. Let's get a little of this off of here. Just because I'm frugal these days. Yeah. Meri's playing. Meri's playing. There's no sense in wasting good paint. No sense in leaving that on the paper. Let's scrape it across here. I would just throw it away like I did that other item. Did the other day. I felt so guilty. This is not 80-cent paint. I can't throw away paint. That's cost more than 80 cents for 2 ounces. Oh, there went my paints. We'll leave them there for now. Until I need one. Oh, they're all on the floor. That's because I don't have enough space in this house. I got out what I need. I'll pick them up after chat. Craft the lunch. Poke, poke, not working. What's not working, Cheryl? Yeah. It was a craft-a-lunch for sure, wasn't it? Yeah, that's because I don't have enough room. I clear off my desk, but from this, I've got maybe about 9 inches from here to the edge of my desk, and I've got a shoebox, paint, washi tape, my doodle ATCs that I need to get busy on, 3 stacks of inks, my punch pencils. It's crowded over there. And I have this wastebasket that's kind of an oval shape, and I had those paints sitting on top of that wastebasket, and it was top heavy. That's what happens. I use my wastebasket as a table. All right, what happened to my picture, though? Here it is. I have to have my reference here. Craft-a-lunch. That's a word. That's a word, craft-a-lunch. All right. So we want to do pinks and reds, and I decided I wanted to do this titanium white instead of that mixing white. That mixing white is transparent. Titanium white is going to be more opaque, and I think I'm going to want out a little bit more. And we just need a touch of red, just like that green. You just need a touch if you're going to do pink. You just need a touch. That's a touch. That's probably more than a touch. That's a touch and a scrape. And we want a pretty pink. See, that's already pretty dark. Now, I'm using water as a medium. You should probably use a gel medium or some sort of a medium to paint with. Some artists don't use a medium, though. I'm going to need more white for a variation because there's pinks and whites in here. Some artists, I was watching a video and this guy said, I never use a medium. And he's an acrylic painter. I was watching videos on how to paint with heavy bodies. Okay, so I want a little bit whiter pink over here. So that's why I put that white there. And that white I'm going to leave alone. And I want a light pink here and kind of a medium pink there. Yeah, I might have to get maybe a little bit too much white in there. I don't want to put too much red there, though, because we'll leave it like that. Now, help. Meri, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Well, I'm playing. I'm playing. And, you know, this actually has some kind of brown tones in here too. So probably grabbing some of this green over here and mixing it with the red and maybe white. Kind of add some gray green tones. Kind of that's in the kind of an underpainting in there. In here. And then come in with the pinks in here. So all those lines basically get painted over. I need my brown out. And I probably should have left my greens alone. I scraped it in that book. Let's go over here and see if I can capture some green in here. Some whites. Now I'm really just kind of doing an underpainting at this point, just getting color, sort of getting color where I think I want it. And then I'll go back in and detail it. Some of this darker pink kind of comes in here. Darker pinks in the center of the flowers. Meri's just playing. Meri's just playing. Kind of the darker pinks kind of fall in underneath the kind of in here. Figure out what I'm doing here, where I'm at. And darker pinks in here. Yeah. Let's go with the little lighters in here. Yeah. Flowers are really almost too intricate for me. I lose my way in them. I'm not a Georgia O'Keeffe. Let's see. If I can find my way up here. This was kind of shadowy in here. And this is kind of shadowy. Probably doesn't look like too much to you right now. It probably does looking like much to you right about now. But I'm having fun. I'm having fun. See, there's some darker pinks in there. Some darker pinks in here. And a darker, almost a red line going right in there. Now my brush is getting dry. And let's see, kind of a darker pink in here area, or not in there, in here, as it kind of wraps around in there. I don't know, I lost my way in here. Meri's muttering to herself. She said she lost her way. I get the white on my brush thinking that that's what I want, and I decide I want a different color. This kind of comes down in like that. And actually it kind of meets up in here. This kind of meets this area in here. And then this is kind of shaded in. A little bit darker. I'll be working at these all week. Good thing you got me started on them. Good thing you got me started on them. And here's the thing, I'm going to be painting over these anyway with black shapes. So they don't really have to be too perfect. You have to realize that there's a flower in here. Here comes a train. And then there's a big old, the flower comes down kind of like that. Swishes in this way. Swishes this way. Go a little darker. I guess I needed more dark pink than I thought I did to make this show up. I should be using a smaller brush too, I think. And just getting the base of it in, I think. I think. Sometimes I think our eye sees things that our hands cannot express. I guess that comes with the technical ability, painting ability. See, I'm wanting more down in here, and I'm not sure there really is more. What are you guys seeing? You're seeing a very faint rose for all my trouble here. I need more definition in the center in here. I've lost the I've lost it. I got a lot of paint on my brush. I think I'm going to invest in a medium though, because my paint seems to dry. It's hot. It's kind of hot in here. My paint wants to dry out before I get a chance to use it how I want to use it. Let's bring that down in there. I want more in here. I want more in there. This actually has a little tan color in there. This has more of a tannish color that I don't have out yet. So I'm going to call this an underpainting because it's not quite where I want it. I'm going to have to mix up kind of a tan color. Let's go up here and use up my whites up here. This is awfully white in here. Some whites in here. Just put your brush, your palette knife right in it, Meri. Yeah, it's getting dry. Just that little bit of paint and it's already drying out on me. And then this leaf is more of a greenish leaf in here. And these are more greenish. I don't know if I can get that. Yeah, it's already dry. I might be able to get a green out of there. A blue-green. That's not the color green I want. But at least you get the idea. And this is kind of a leaf in here. You know, I might go back to that, that red oxide. That's almost too pink. Oh, it's spilled on the floor. Here it is. Good thing these have lids on them. And I think now is the time I want to add just a little bit more detail to this. That red oxide is more of a brownish red. Let's put a little more of this in there. Let's put it over here. And let's get a, I should probably mix with my palette knife. Let's mix a little of it in here. That's an awful lot. It's more of a brownish red that might give me the tannish color I was looking for. Yes, go to that smaller brush. Craft brush. Craft brushes. Yes. I don't need a professional brush to do this. Let's see. I want to go inside, up around in here. And in there. I'm not even there yet. No, this brush is not going to do. Well, it might do it for me. In there. And then up and around. Up around this way. Up around in there. Yeah, up and around in there. There's some white in there. Yeah, it's kind of not what I'm going with that brush. Yeah, I have the brushes that I want. Let's reach down here. I need a different brush. Let's try this one. I'm hard on my brushes. Very hard on my brushes. You know that is not quite where I want it either. That's green and white and brown. And the red is not quite the red that I want. One's too red and one's too brown. I need an in-between color. A rosy brown. Let's try that. A little bit more rose to it. And if you could see this is real interesting detail, because if you could see this, there's a brown and then there's kind of a light tan and some, I call it a brown, a dark reddish brown like this. And there's actually some white lighter areas in there too, in here, but not as light as the white. And it actually kind of comes out this way a little. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself here. Kind of coming up that way. Yeah, you get too much brown. Too much brown. Yeah. And like that. Yes. Not quite where I want it yet, but it's better. Oh, she's trying too hard. She's trying too hard. She should just start smearing paint on there. She's trying too hard. You should just let a flower be a flower. There. You should just let a flower be a flower, not try to tell it what it needs to be. I like that a lot better. Oh, Mary, you're trying too hard. You should just let that flower flower. Just let it be a flower. Trying too hard to define it. I'm losing my white. I'm losing my white. The red. This is the point to where I should probably say, oops, I should probably say, I need a rest. I need a break. I'll come back and think about it and come back. So I've lost my white. This area in here is a whiter color. This area is a tannish color. Just to let your flower be your flower. Stop trying to tell the flower how it should look. I need more white. I need more white. Let's just put some colors in here. I could do this all afternoon. I could do this all afternoon. That's why, this is why I speed up my videos. Because you can see it takes me a while to get what I want. I want some more white. That's red. I want some white. I've lost my white. Oops. Some white in there. I don't know where I lost it in here. I lost the shape of that somehow. So let's just go with the flow here. This is all white in here. There's some white highlights in here. Flowers for me are not easy to paint. I'm still learning to paint a good rose. This is all white. And this I made a lot larger than it is in real life. So I used up all my white already. I guess it's time for me to call it a break. I don't like this area in here. What have I done? Grab a little. This area is not right in here. Made it too white. There's white that comes in there. I lost my white again. I'm going to have to come back in there. This comes down this way. I'm going to have to define that a lot more. Boy, that was fun. I spent a lot of time on that, and it's still not where I want it. Let's see. I got some red here I want to save, and I got some black over there. Let's not waste your paint. Let's take it off of here and put it on the dictionary, which is completely on the other side of my body. Sometimes I need to back away from it, and I think I'm there now. I need to back away from it. I've been thinking about it too much. Let's just do a rose here, or sort of. Let's do a spot here. Let's just grate this on. That's not a rose. Let's get it off of my palette onto my paper. I thought rose. Don't waste your paint, Meri. Waste not, want not. And I have different things that I could use for a palette. It's just the wax paper's there and it's convenient for me. Like I've got a ceramic plate that I can use. And I should get it out. Maybe I will. So I'll be painting more on this. I really truthfully think once I get the detail defined on here a little bit better, and then I'm going to be putting those black silhouette shapes right over this. So this is not going to have to be as beautiful as this. It's just going to have to be a impression of this. That's my thought. And I'm going to be doing some more over here. I'm going to be having fun with it. What time is it? Cheryl said, bye, Marianne, had to go. Sharon says, I've tried watercolor and pencil, Azure. Christine says, I can't even grow one. I can't either, Christine. That's so funny. Cheryl says, I wish I could draw a rose. And Christine said, I can't even grow one. I sympathize. I'm not unhappy with it, but it does not have the same detail as this does. And I almost guarantee you, well, I don't guarantee it. I almost think that whoever painted this, well, that could have been painted. But they do a lot of photographic tricks with this stuff too. I'm not convinced that everybody that does a perfect rose or perfect flower has perfect drawing skills. There are talented people out there who do wonderful things, but not everybody. Let's see, what else? Marianne had to leave. Christine said she can't even grow one. I get a chuckle out of that. Mary's in the zone. Yes, I am. Can you wave in Messenger? I'll send it to you. He is but very sweet. I don't know how to take a photo. Oh, okay. Wedding pictures. Oh, you're talking about your daughter got married, Eddie doll? Granddaughter will be 1 in June, Cheryl says. Oh, there's KKM. Good morning, KKM. I don't know how beautiful this is. I get a little frustrated when I can't make it do what I want. But I lose my whites, and I lose my, even though I sketched all this out, I lost the shape of a lot of this. So it's not, but then again, I tell myself I'm going to be doing black lines over this to push this all in the background. So that detail does not have to be there in the same way that it is here. I'm just using this as inspiration. Sharon said, good morning. I'm just skimming back through chat. KKM says, is Journey your real name? It's such a pretty first name. I imagine she answered her. Hi, KKM. Zoom in, Mary. Oh, do you want to see? You want to see it zoomed in a little bit more before I leave? Let's zoom in just a little more. There. It's let me move the camera. I wish that there was a bell to where you guys, when you want me to do something, it would ring. Let's see. Let's move it over. Let's move it over this way so you can see it a little better. That's as far as it'll go. Let's see. Will it go up one more? No, there. Now maybe down one. That's the wrong way. Yes, this way. There. There it is in all of its glory. Not too bad. It's not the same as what I'm using as the reference. But if you look at it by itself without looking at the reference, it's really not too bad. I'll be doing some more detailing, but I kind of lose it in there. I might come back in with an ink pen and kind of sketch out some things for me. It's okay to mix your ink pen with your painting. If you paint it out again, you can see a lot of my lines in here yet. For me, it's okay. A professional may not, but okay. Well, Jeri's talking to me. I think I will go ahead. It's almost 8 o'clock. Oh, Jeri, there you are. You're in here. Jeri, I'm painting on my May art journal cover. You're seeing a zoomed in of a rose that I'm doing. I'm doing flowers. My concept of this is to do flowers and push them all in the background, and then I'm going to have a black silhouette of let me show you here. I like these silhouette things here. Let me grab it here. Silhouette, like something like this, only not as much black. There'll be some black in here, but there won't be as much black. But I want to push the flowers in the background and have the blacks, something like what I've done on the back of this journal, like this. You know, only I'm not going to have straight lines. It's going to be those organic leafy lines. So that's what I've been working on, Jeri. I saw your message just now. You love it? Well, I've been moaning and groaning. I was in the zone. Posca doodles on it. Azure. I'll Posca doodles on something else. I don't know if I want to Posca doodles. The thing I like about the paints is you get a nice thick line. Those Poscas are good on when you're doing art journaling. I'm not sure how I would like them on a canvas. I have to be honest with you. I like my paint through a fine line paint applicator. I'll just have to think about that one. Bye, Mom Munson. Have a great day. Cheryl's saying goodbye. Bye, Cheryl. Yeah, I need to sign off here too. I want to go out and actually plant some of my plants that I got the other day. Jeri, how's your garden doing? I know you're planting. You said you were going to plant vegetables. My brother does the planting of the vegetables. I bought a green pepper plant, and I bought another lavender plant. I can't get lavender to grow. I'm so frustrated. Let's see, Cheryl says, when you were sketching, I liked the details. Yeah, I might go in and sketch some more details in here. One thing was I did not have a detail brush when I painted the body of this. I had a whiter brush. Now, when I put on the white, I went to a smaller brush. But if I get a detail brush, I might get a little bit more detail in here and pop that out a little bit more. And I think I got when I added that red oxide, I think I got a little bit more definition of the color. I had it a rosy red, a rosy pink red, and it's not that rose. It's rose, but it's not a bright red rose. Sharon says, Mom, you have a good day. Let's see. What are we talking about here? Okay. Let's see. Jeri was answering. You need to chat with Jeri. Okay. She says she planted your seeds. Let's see. Bye, Cheryl. And my containers are all set up. So you're growing lavender too? Are you growing lavender in a container or in the ground? I have to find out what you do to grow lavender. I'm having Pierre put up hanging plants. Which Pierre are you talking about, Cheryl? Hanging plants. Pierre put up hanging plants. Oh, lavender not. Oh, you're doing in a container. Everything is in a container. Okay. All right. Well, I need to let you gals go. You need to get on with your day. I've been boring them. Yeah, I need to add some more detail in here. I get lost in it. When I paint, I get lost in what I'm doing, as you guys can tell. Okay. Well, you all have a really great day. Let me zoom out a little more so Jeri can see let me zoom back out. Out. There's the entire cover. It's about 20 inches long and 11 1/4 inches high. Ha! You'll see it when it's done, I'm sure. Bye, Christine. Go buy some roses and plant them. I just got the kick of the funniest kick out of what you said. Cheryl said, I wish I could draw those. And Christine said, I can't even grow one. Sharon says, bye, Meri. Great painting. God bless, ladies, and have a great day. All right, I do need to sign off. Bye, everybody.